Olá, tudo bem? I'm Emma from Portuguese Language Lessons, and I'm here talking to you about a point of grammar in European Portuguese that we call indefinidos. Okay, so what's this fancy term all about? We like to give things names to help us to understand what we're talking about. So let me explain in English what this is. So if we're talking about things, we often want to give some information about the things. For example, quantity. I would like 2 books. So 2, that's very defined. I know exactly how many. But sometimes we still want to give more information, but we're not so precise. So an example would be, I would like some books, or I would like lots of books. So these words some and lots of belong to a group of words that we call in Portuguese indefinidos. Indefined, not precise. And these words give information, often about somebody, something or somebody, but they're not precise. There we've got another 2 indefinidos. Something, somebody. What is that thing? Who is that person? I don't know. I'm not defining it in the sentence I'm making. And you, most likely, already know and use many of these. These are words like muito, pouco, tudo. And what we're looking here at is putting the words together so you can learn to use them correctly and see the patterns. And you're probably using them fine already, by the way. Okay, so don't feel that you need to panic and go, oh, I didn't know that these words belong to this category. What didn't I know? You probably are using these fine, okay? So let's just go through them, some examples of them and what they mean and how we use them. We've got here algum, some. For example, tenho algum dinheiro. Preciso de alguma informação. Queria alguma coisa. Okay. I want some money, I need some information, I want something. Or nenhum, no. Hard to pronounce this, nenhum. Everyone always struggles with it. Nenhum, all that nasals there. Não tenho nenhum dinheiro. Não preciso de nenhuma informação. Não queria nenhuma coisa. Okay, I don't have any money, or I have no money. I don't need any information, or I need no information. I don't want anything, or I want nothing, for example. Okay, in English, we could actually leave these words out. So I could say tenho dinheiro, I have money, or não tenho dinheiro, I don't have money, and it's also fine. Okay, just slightly different meaning. A few points here. Nenhum is a negative word, and it always goes with other negatives. Portuguese loves double negatives. It's such an anarchist. Okay, so we always double negative these up, hence the double different translations that are possible. All of these words refer to something. Okay, dinheiro, informação, coisa. Okay, so that's what they're strongly linked to, these words. And as such, they've got to match these words. Okay, so we see a slight variation in the ends. Okay, when the algum, nenhum becomes plural, we switch the end to an M, as usual. Normally, we place these words before the word they refer to. Okay. Oh, that's gone over the right. Okay. So they go directly before, and so match. And you sometimes, though, see nenhum after a word. And in that case, the meaning is slightly different. It makes it more emphatic, meaning not at all. Não tenho dinheiro nenhum. I don't have any money at all. Não preciso de informação nenhuma. I don't need any information at all. Okay. Notice how the translations don't really line up nicely word for word. Okay. Some more. These ones you must be familiar with. Muito, pouco, a lot of, lots of, a bit of, few. Tenho muito dinheiro. Preciso de muita água. Queria muitas coisas. It's got the nasal sound in the middle of that. Muito, muito. Pouco, a bit of, a few. Tenho pouco dinheiro. Preciso de pouca água. Queria poucas coisas. I have a little money, or I don't have much money. Preciso de pouca água. I need a little bit of water. Queria poucas coisas. I'd like a few things. Or I don't need many things. Also outro, meaning other or another. Tenho outra pergunta. Preciso de outro copo. Queria outra cerveja. So I have another question. I need another glass. I'd like another beer. Okay. So these ones are fairly straightforward. Very similar to English. We can see that they're changing. Like the other words. This time a bit easier because we're ending in O at the beginning. Pouco, be careful, can also translate as the word little. But this often causes a big confusion, as then people mix it up with the word pequeno, which means little or small. Okay, so I prefer to think of few or a bit of for pouco to avoid mixing these up. And we can always use these words on their own, still referring to things and still matching. So queria outra, you could say, and you mean outra cerveja. Okay, so another, I'd like another. Queria muito, I'd like lots, meaning muito dinheiro, for example. Another one, todo, meaning all. Tenho todo o dinheiro. Preciso de toda a informação. Queria todas as coisas. Okay, so here we've got the word and it can change, matching up to the thing. This time we tend to put u or a before the thing, or the, exactly how we do in English. Okay, so this goes together nicely. This always, todo, always refers to something, and it always matches that thing. So it has 4 different forms. Todo, toda, todos, todas, talking specifically about things. And this is often mixed up with tudo, because they're very similar, but they're not the same thing. So let's look at these words here, which are invariáveis. Invariáveis, invariable, they do not change their form. So the words we have in the invariável are tudo. Remember, we pronounce that U like an U. Tudo. Tenho tudo. Tudo bem. So what are we referring to here? I don't know. We don't know. It's invariable, not talking about anything specific. Não tenho nada. I don't have anything, or I have nothing. Não fazes nada. You don't do anything. So again, a double negative is usually used with this. Alguém means somebody. Alguém está à porta. Somebody's at the door. Preciso de alguém aqui. I need somebody here. Again, we don't know specifically what it is, so we don't do any matching there. And then the negative. Ninguém está à porta. Nobody's at the door. Não preciso de ninguém. I don't need nobody. I don't need anybody. Double negative in this last one here. Okay, so I hope that's helped you unpick the differences between some of these. I think the todo, tudo is the one people struggle with the most. The rest of it is fairly logical and very similar to English. And these are our indefinidos. Okay, well done. Ciao, ciao.